Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Black Table tonight. Very excited for this tonight's show. Waiting for my co-host Mia to join shortly, and then we'll get things going.
The only reason I upgraded my 7S iPhone to a 12 was because my brother cracked the screen. And after he cracked it and I tried to get the screen replaced, the touch sensitivity went downhill. And so at that point, I'm just like, okay, it's time to upgrade. That's the only reason I upgrade any device is because the other one stops working properly.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how that goes. That's first of all, phones are way too expensive.
Absolutely.
Don't nobody got time to be doing that. Secondly, don't nobody want to be making payments on the phone. That's like it's already bad enough you got to make a car note, car insurance. Come on, now you got to make a phone payment, otherwise they cut the service. So don't nobody have time for that. So with everything on how it is, I mean, I'm pretty stoked as to how within I would say a couple weeks, we've already got the full month of September fully booked.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't take much asking either.
It not even you mean it didn't take much asking. A lot of people, voluntarily joined. It was like they asked us. I'm very stoked as to how like we filled up the month of September and it's only still the beginning of September.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's mind blowing in a way, because you see something that goes from inside your head to bringing it to reality, and you're like, okay, well, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Is people going to actually join in and tap in? If people's not, and then here it is, literally every Sunday and every Thursday in September is fully booked. Like we don't have anything until October.
I feel like people want a platform. They want to be able to talk and discuss things that matter to them in this world. And, even some of the guests that I am still trying to, just like, well, I don't like cameras. I'm nervous. I'm like, you just have no idea how relaxed when you join. There is no scripting. The only thing that's scripted is your bio.
I do gotta it's something I did see, a very, very like a serious topic. And it was from a video I was watching. And they were saying that basically, you know how the trend going on is like support black businesses and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
or black owned or something like that. So in that one, it actually stood out to me because there are people who are becoming entrepreneurs and things of that nature, and a lot of black owned businesses and things like that. One of them stood out to me when the person said, but have you really checked to see if they're actually black owned? Meaning that there's a lot of people that has been saying that they have a black owned business, but is backed by a white dollar.
Mm-hmm. BET is a good example. Our BET network ownership completely lily white. Yeah, the truth is it's not that hard to see whether something is black owned because I was going to say a very, very high percentage. I don't want to say 100% because I'm not sure on that, but I do know an extremely high percentage of black owned businesses. Not only do they have an Instagram page or a page with show you who owns it, and and before, well, that's not fair to this people. How many times
Your audio is very spotty.
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry, I was
Yes.
but I was saying, for anybody that thinks that's unfair, we're telling you to check and make sure it's actually black owned. We simply tell them to stop lying and let people have something that we have needed for years. We get the highest wholesale price to buy anything. And we shut down businesses the quickest because we don't want the headache, because the headache is not the business. The headache is trying to run a business that you can't even make no money in. So the whole purpose of support black owned was to give minorities that are struggling to make a living off of their hard work and labor the same way their white counterparts are able to successfully do so. Give us a chance to do something too. But you want to take that away too by lying? Like, I don't care who sees this. That's not right. And you know it, because if you didn't care about it, you wouldn't put races on applications for jobs. You wouldn't on vaccine. Even when you go get the vaccine, they want to know what color you are. So, and I know for a fact, because it has happened before, that algorithms are set to look at what you choose and sort those applications and only send certain people through. That's why a lot of black people have now told me that they mark white on it. But that's not the same thing, simply because you are not giving black people the same opportunities that other people have had. And we are trying to take those opportunities because on the one hand, people talk about us and say we're lazy. They say we won't start no business, we won't finish nothing. But then when we go to start it, you do everything you can to make sure it doesn't take off. And that's not a fair race.
Yeah. James said that's interesting. What do you mean by backed by white dollar though? Like the business was funded by white people? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Basically, like for instance, okay, like this talk show is black owned. Like me and Mia host this. There's nobody else that runs this and things that.
Yep.
It's just me and Mia. Obviously we're African American, but we don't have a white dollar backing this. We don't have it, we don't have a white person giving us or funding us saying, here, this is what you can use to put towards your merch. This is what you use to put towards your website, things like that. This is, we're going to give you the money so that way you can start your business. It's literally every dollar that is that goes into merch, bringing the black table, things like that is a black dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and keep in mind, he's not telling you that some of our white brothers and sisters, some people that believe in justice, if they want to reach out and help fund something, that's fine. But what's not signing your entire business away, and they're at the forefront of that, they're making all the money. That happens.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's the thing what's happening. Basically, they're taking the money that we bring in by using the title, and as I call it, and I call it a culture vulture, because obviously, like you said, we know how to shut things down. If we really want to shut things down, we know how to do that. Yeah. But they also are intimidated by it, so they do things where basically they hide behind our culture. And basically, oh yeah, we'll support you. And I'm not saying all white people like that, because there's not a lot of white people. I got white friends who not like that, but not all white people are like that. But I have seen some where they will say black owned, and then when you look behind the scenes, it's a white person who actually owns it, but he's using the label of black owned. Mm-hmm. So do your research, what I'm saying, when you see something that says black owned, and especially with charities, because it's been happening a lot with charities too. A lot of people want to fund charities and things like that, and it'll say black owned or whatever the case may be. Come to find out, it's a white person behind it. Yep. Like, and it's not fair. It's really not fair to us. And like Mia said, they got it on applications, and then they make it mandatory. You have to answer that question: what race you are. And it's like, why does my race matter?
Yeah, exactly that. And they'll tell you it's for what is it called? The census and that kind of thing. No, it's for way more than that. Way more. Mm-hmm. We're not telling you who to support. We're not telling you to support this business or that one. But if you're trying to support black owned and you think you're supporting black, and you're not actually supporting black owned, you need to know that, because you're trying to help a minority needs the boost, and instead of you being able to do that, you're thinking that's what you're doing, and that's not actually what's happening. That money is being funneled someplace else, and it's making that business owner any better off. That's what we want.
And I'm even say, like, I'm gonna go a step further. Like, I obviously, I have my handyman business, so I deal with all types of races. But it was one thing I know, when I do come across a black family or whatever the case may be, the first thing they ask for is my business card before I start work or anything. And the first thing they tell me is that they want to support entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs, especially black entrepreneurs, because it's not enough of that going on. And they've actually called me back multiple times for multiple jobs, and basically ditched the large corporation that they had to go through just to get me in the first place. And I returned the favor. Like, was Friday, I was on the road and I seen a guy, black guy. He had a mobile detailing thing, and he literally just started washing this person's car. They called him and he started washing the car. I noticed it, so I pulled over asking him for his business card. Black guy, he's trying to do it, and, as a business. So I'm looking at, like, I have a business. I don't want to support this black fella with his business, and it felt very important to me to do it, because, like you said, our money doesn't stay cycled within us. It keeps somehow funneling out each time. Mm-hmm. And so when I see him washing his car and everything, it gets times with me, I don't want to wash my car. If I got a stack of appointments doing the handyman work, or I got to do office work, I don't got time to wash my car. Mm-hmm. So I can pay this fella to come to my house with his van and his pressure washer and his tank, and I can put money into his business to keep him in business while I figure out my business, then I'd rather do that as opposed to me going to a car wash, a big damn car wash that's ran by a white person, and all they're going to do is pretty much blow the money anyway.
Or if you were smart enough to go and figure that, get that money, good and well, they're going to come for you at that.
Oh, yeah.
They start auditing and seeing what you did with that money.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's like you said, it's very risky. And I'm hoping, that's why I'm sharing this with you guys. If you're Black, just pay attention to those who say that they are Black owned, because not everything is Black owned just because you see the title or the hashtag, or it's the same thing when people screaming out justice for so and so because they've been murdered by the police. That don't all the time mean that they really mean justice.
Mm-hmm.
They could just be doing it because of the movement.
Mm-hmm.
So do your research. Make sure that this person or this corporation is really behind what they say they are, because it's not fair to us. It's not fair to, unity is what sticks us together. They sometimes they can do that. They can get in there and try to divide us.
Mm-hmm.
So they figure, okay, if I can't come at you aggressively, let me join you, and then I can divide you that way. Yeah. So you just got to be mindful of these corporations and these people and things of that nature. Because
if you got more going out than you're never going to break your head.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn that some things is not necessary. If it's not a need, meaning you can't live without it. If you can breathe without it, if you can wake up tomorrow and it's still not there and you will still be just fine, it's not a need. And that's something that all of us learn, including myself. You feel like something's a need because you just got to have it right there. The only thing that I would say is that I kind of consider needs that technically aren't things like birthday gifts and holidays and things, because you don't want people to feel offended. But if you don't have to be spending money all year, put something aside. Out of every check, take $20 out and stick it in an envelope and put it up somewhere so that when Christmas time comes around, you won't miss that money. Budget and allot money. Your car note. Let's just say you're paying your car note plus insurance on the vehicle. That's on the car note right there. So rather than get high-priced insurance, why not get the stuff with the $1,000 deductible and put $1,000 away by saving $30 here and there? So when that deductible comes, you got that and you're paying less overall monthly. Because it just doesn't take that long to save if you start doing it. Did it take you long to lose it?
You got to be mindful of the budgeting, and I had to find out the hard way. I got 5 accounts, so I got a business checking, a business savings. I got a household checking account that funnels all bills that got to do with the household. I got my own personal, and then I got my savings account. So that's just 5 bank accounts all alone right there. That's not including Cash App. That's not including PayPal. That's not including any of them accounts at all. That's just with the bank alone. I got 5 separate accounts to separate the money. So I know whatever money comes in as far as the business goes straight into the business account or into the business savings. If I got a bill coming out, it comes straight out of the bill account. So I don't have to worry about, oops, I accidentally spent $5, $10 over, and things of that nature. So measure your money, watch how you budget your money or whatever, but it's okay to have more than 2 accounts or, one account that a lot of people be trying to hold on to. A lot of people don't want to have one account, but it's helpful. For you guys who tuned in, we do appreciate you for tuning in. We hope that you tune in Thursday. If you want to see any upcoming schedule as opposed to what upcoming guests that we have, go to my website, officialjsimmons.com. On the front page, there is a list. There is the schedule of everybody who's supposed to appear at the Black Table. So definitely, tap in, turn your notifications on so you don't miss any episodes. Or things like that. I've been getting a lot of DMs and a lot of Facebook messages because a lot of people want to tune in, but they can't tune in because they forget to turn the notifications on. So turn notifications on. Follow my co-host Mia for if I'm unable to start the episode or the show, my co-host Mia can definitely jump in, and then you guys will know that the Black Table has started because you've now followed both of us. You have your notifications turned on. So definitely do that. I encourage you guys to go do that. Go make sure you check out Mia's website. She does have a lot of things coming up. So make sure you tap into that. If you want to support us in any type of way, that's how we ask you to support us, is by going to our website and purchasing whatever is off of our website. We won't ask you for money or none of that. If you want to support us, that's how you do it.